Look at Thursday morning, South Central. We've got those cloudy conditions making a return to the region. What we're going to be watching through the day, though, is some gusty winds expected to build in across South Central. And yes, we even have some snow in the forecast, although not for everyone. Snow is really just going to favor certain sections of South Central. As far as what we are dealing with this morning, we are still seeing those clouds. Let's pull that up for you, showing those clouds continuing to stream in across South Central. Those clouds will thicken up as we head into the remainder of the day, and that's going to be a big driver, and that's what's going to lead to yes, some snow for parts of South Central. It will keep us slightly cool in some locations, but those southerly winds, strong south to southeasterly winds that we are expected to see later today, will actually warm us for parts of South Central, and that's also going to favor more areas out towards the Gulf Coast region and into the Susitna Valley, where we are going to see that potential for that better shot of some snowfall. Giving you a live look at what we're dealing with when it comes to the activity across the state. You can see many areas still remain up under some winter weather alerts. We've got numerous areas across the state, from blizzard warnings to winter warnings, winter weather advisories, even seeing parts of the Brooks Range as well as the Alaska Range and the North and the Denali Borough holding on to some high wind warnings. The high wind warning for the Denali Borough and the eastern Alaska Range, that's for winds gusting up to 80 miles per hour as we head through the day and into your Friday. Even here in South Central, we are expected to see some of those stronger winds as well. In fact, there is a winter weather alert. Let's pull that up for you for that northern Susitna Valley. This is for Broad Pass. This began at 4 a.m. this morning and lasts until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, this is one of those areas where we are going to see a favorable opportunity for some snowfall. Up to 17 inches of accumulation can be expected through Broad Pass. Further south near Talkeetna, 3 to 6 inches can be expected. Then as you head out towards Willow and further south, this is where we're probably going to stay on the drier side as we head through the rest of your Thursday. So here's the setup across the state. We do have a frontal system that's pushing eastward across South Central. Notice that area of low pressure out towards the northwestern Arctic Borough as well as the Seward Peninsula. That low continues to deepen and strengthen, and as it does, it's leading to some very strong winds across the state. Some of those strongest winds currently still out towards western Alaska as well as the Aleutians. You can see that persistent southwesterly flow. That's actually driving in some warmer air for western Alaska. Earlier this week, wind chills across western Alaska were sitting at about 20 to 30 below zero, and since those winds have kicked in, we're actually holding on to some of those warmer conditions. Notice wind gust 56 miles per hour in Bethel. Anchorage already seeing those winds picking up upwards of 30 miles per hour, and we're going to continue to see these winds through the remainder of today and into our Friday. And again, those winds are going to be the biggest proponent in who is going to see some of those heavier snowfall potential. We'll get to that here in the next few minutes, but those winds, as we've been talking about, driving in some of those warmer conditions. Notice temperatures across the state about 5 to 30 degrees warmer than what we saw at this exact time yesterday. So that is the power of those southwesterly winds that continues to pull in some of those warmer conditions. Yes, we're still seeing areas of some heavy snow out west, but the heaviest activity occurred last night into this morning. Areas out west through the bush, as well as you head out towards the Brooks Range and into parts of the western interior, only expecting to see about 5 to 10 inches of additional accumulation. So that leads us to today here in South Central. Wind gusts, they're going to begin to pick up across the region, really favoring areas across western South Central through the valley, as well as into the Copper River Basin. This is where we're going to see those winds of about 30 to 50 miles per hour. Notice Prince William Sound, eastern parts of the Kenai, not really expected to see much in the way of those strong winds. That will change, though, overnight into Friday as that frontal system continues to push eastward, and we will see some of those stronger winds through Prince William Sound. But the overall trend for at least the next 24 to 36 hours, we are going to see some of those stronger winds remaining for western parts of South Central. So be prepared for those winds of gusting anywhere from 30 to 50 miles per hour. And then notice as we head through the day Friday, those winds do begin to die down. And these are are our winds coming out of the southeasterly. And if you remember earlier, we were talking about this is going to be a big driver and where we're going to see some of those that better potential for some snow. So with that southerly flow, what's going to happen is it's going to bring all of that snowfall or most of that moisture out over the Gulf Coast region. So from Homer out towards Seward through Prince William Sound and extreme southern parts of the Copper River Basin as well as the Susitna Valley. This is where we're going to favor that potential for some snowfall today. Anchorage, western parts of the Kenai into the rest of the Copper River Basin and areas east of about Palmer. Not expecting to see much snowfall today due to our winds as well as the lack of moisture that we are going to see for our area. We could see some isolated to scattered snow showers, but that's really not looking as favorable as what we're going to see for other areas. Now, with that said, tonight, what's going to happen as that frontal system shifts east of the Kenai, we're going to see our winds beginning to tilt around back out of the west-southwest. What this means for us is we're going to begin to advect in some of that colder air across South Central, and we will see a better opportunity for snowfall accumulation for Anchorage and surrounding locations tonight into tomorrow. Now, temperatures certainly warm enough that we likely will not see a lot of that accumulate. Right now, thinking at best, we could see anywhere from a trace to about 1.5 inches of accumulation. So nothing significant, and like we've been dealing with, anytime this snow falls during April, it's going to quickly melt across South Central. Even for Southeast, you are expected to see the return to some rain and snow as we welcome in your Friday, and that's going to continue into the weekend and the first part of next week before drier conditions can build back into the region. So just hold on for today and tomorrow, and then by this weekend we do see the return to quieter weather across South Central with calmer winds, and yes, some sunshine does return in the forecast. So again, snow chance, Anchorage surrounding locations. Isolated to scattered snow potential looks possible with some areas of wintry mix embedded within it. And the best chance for snow, the Susitna Valley, northern Susitna Valley, up to 17 inches can be expected, while the Gulf Coast region will see that potential for some heavy snowfall as well. And you can see that as we pull out the snow total forecast map. Notice Anchorage, Kenai, down to Homer, Nikiski, even as you head towards Homer, out towards Anchor Point, not expecting to see a lot of snowfall, and that's largely due to our winds. So we're not expected to break that snowfall record overnight to tomorrow. There is an outside possibility we could see that, but with the low amounts of snowfall forecast for Anchorage, we may only just see, again, trace to about 1.5 inches of accumulation. And again, that better opportunity comes tonight into your Friday. And then beyond that, we do dry out. Just one quick update on our snowfall season for the date. This takes into account what fell early yesterday morning. 131.8 inches of accumulation, only 2.8 inches needed to break that all-time seasonal record. Once that occurs, we can stop talking about the snow. In fact, as we welcome in the middle of next week, there's actually signs that with our next system, it will likely favor more rain and wintry mix as opposed to snow, with warmer conditions set to make a return to parts of the state. So for today, 40 in Anchorage, 47 in Fairbanks, 25 in Ukqiavik, 33 in Nome, 45 in Cold Bay. Again, some gusty conditions will continue across the state today and into tomorrow. Nicer weather can be expected today for Southeast, where we'll see those temperatures sitting in the mid to upper 40s. Even seeing some isolated areas for Southeast, likely topping out near 50, and there's even parts of the interior with those strong southerly winds up to 80 miles per hour through the gaps and passes of the Alaska range. We could see some isolated areas make a run into the upper 40s and the lower 50s. A 7-day forecast showing a chance for some light snow sticking around into our Friday, and then there it is into the weekend. Partly cloudy skies make a return to South Central. We're going to see slow warming temperatures. You can see into the lower 40s by Monday, and then Wednesday, there it is. You can see overnight lows near freezing, afternoon highs in the low to mid 40s. A chance for some rain showers in the forecast. One thing I do want to bring to your attention for today, outside of the winds as well as the snowy conditions, is that considerable avalanche danger that we do have through Turnagain Pass above 1,000 feet. And of course, we're going to continue to hold on to that threat for some avalanche danger as that snow continues to melt as we usher in spring. And yes, warmer weather will finally arrive. And again, next week we are talking about those temperatures in the low to mid 40s. Of course, we'll have more on that coming up for you in the noon show as well as in the evening newscast. Take it easy outside if you encounter some of those gusty conditions, and be prepared for snow if you live along the Gulf Coast region and into the Susitna Valley. Have a great Thursday.